The dual coding theory, a significant educational and instructional approach. Alan Pivio formulated this theory to account for the various processes within cognition. The basic hypothesis postulates that within one brain, two processors encode external information separately. The first is dedicated to processing verbal stimuli. This codes any linguistic communication, including oral and written language. The second processor codes nonverbal stimuli, that is, the sensory information that floods our brain. When applied to literacy, DCT makes a distinction between abstract and concrete language. The former refers to words that cannot be tangibly perceived, the concept of love, for example. Its opposite, concrete language, elicits clear and tangible representations, as with sun, in which you have a distinct image at the side of the word. When you see the word sun, then your brain is encoding the stimulus twice, first with making meaning of the letters, and again as your brain constructs a mental image. This cannot be done with words like love. Consider the following example. Read the passage. How much did you understand? Although Poe describes the context of his story with concrete language, he also uses a lot of abstract vocabulary that is hard to understand. Now follow along as the passage is read to you. The Red Death had long devastated the country. No pestilence had ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal. The redness and the horror of blood. There were sharp pains and sudden dizziness, and then profuse bleeding at the pores, with dissolution. The scarlet stains upon the body, and especially upon the face of the victim, were the pest ban which shut him out from the aid and from the sympathy of his fellow men. And the whole seizure, progress, and termination of the disease were the incidents of half an hour. Do you have a clearer sense about what the passage was about? This is because your brain used both processors to encode the passage the second time around. The oral presentation of the text used your nonverbal processor to activate your verbal one as it simultaneously processed the images. With the two processors working together, your brain created representations of the bubonic plague, both verbally and non-verbally. So when applied to the educational setting, Pavio's findings suggest that learning is most successful when the student is using both processors to construct knowledge. That is, comprehension and recall both increase. When teaching adolescent literacy, be sure to provide opportunities for concrete language and nonverbal stimuli. Just think. In the 3 minutes you've been viewing this video, your brain has encoded the dual coding theory twice, simultaneously.